Hi and welcome to this edition of Out the Box. I'm Paul Sillers of Firewalls for Now and Firewall.news, and in this series we look at what you get in the box when you've ordered your brand new firewall. It's not meant to be a technical review, it's what you get in the box, the cables, the manuals, and a first look at the firewall. So today we're going to be looking at what's in here. This is the Dell SonicWALL TZ 300. Obviously, this may change since recently Dell have announced that they're going to be selling off the software group, the Dell software group, which includes the Dell security appliances, the Dell SonicWALL security appliances. So this could be called something different by the time you get there, but I'm sure the word SonicWALL will be in there. So let's get right in. As I said, this is the Dell SonicWALL TZ 300. This is the non-wireless version. The wireless is exactly the same, other than the paddles are on the outside. So let's have a look here in the first thing we get here in the box. There's some manuals. We've got an environmental manual for your insomnia fixing issues, and quick start guide. Most of these we discard really quickly in our rush to get a look at the hardware. This is the TZ300, which we'll actually have a look at in a moment, and that leaves us with the rest of the packing. You will know what I say. This is a SonicWALL, so unless you're in the US, you are not going to get a standard power cable. You will get the power supply, but you won't get a power cable that fits your country. So do make sure that your resellers provided that, or you have an IEC or what's sometimes called a kettle lead available as well. So if we just take out this piece of cardboard now, and we'll be left with a few spare components. So in here's a 1.5 meter to 2 meter grey patch lead. We then have the American IEC power cable, which of course you may be discarding, and then we've got the power packet itself. For those people who are not quite sure, hopefully you can see that. That's what an IEC connector looks like. Then on this end, well, you've probably got, between here and here, it's all this coiled up, probably another 2 meters of actual power cable. And then you've got this really nice clip connector. Many manufacturers are doing this at the moment. Even though this is a desktop unit, often it goes in a small comms cabinet or on a shelf, and once you've pushed it in there, you're a bit nervous to bring it forward because normally the round power adapters connectors just fall off on the back. So once this is clipped in, you know it's secure. You can bring the unit forward. It's very easy to look after. So let's have a look at the actual unit itself. Just going to take it carefully here out of its plastic wrapping. This is the next step up from the Dell SonicWALL TZ Soho. So this unit itself is in plastic casing, and as I said, this is identical to the wireless version. The wireless version has two external paddles, they're not internal aerials. So on the front here, you've got your starters, you've got power, you've got the starters of all of your internal ports that we'll have a look at on the back here. And you'll also actually see here we've got a USB port, and that USB port is there to support a limited number of chipset USB dongles that are 3G or 4G, so do check the SonicWALL website before you purchase them, because it is fairly fussy on the items that do actually work, but it's great as a failover. We then have on the back, you'll see again 5-port switch, and then you'll see here that this one here, we've got a console port, and again a limited amount of configuration can be done on the console. But most people use the web browser interface on the SonicWALL appliances. So obviously out of your 5 ports, one of those will need to be your LAN. After that, it's up to you what you do. You can have multiple WAN ports. They does support PPPoE as well. So that will work with your cable modem or router in bridge mode. You can have multiple LAN ports on different subnets. You can set them as DMZs so that you can do inter-port firewalling. You can bridge them all together and make it a small little switch. So it really is a versatile little unit. Like I said, this will do with all the services turned on 100 megasecond. So it's a great entry point as you know, a desktop or a small business firewall. Did mention to you the power connector again, just to show you if we actually just clip this in. Once it's in, it's not going anywhere, so you can neatly put that into the rack. There isn't actually any official rack mount kits for these, but there are some aftermarket ones that take the cables from the switch here and actually bring them out to the front, so that along with the lights here you can have a small little patch panel alongside it. So do have a look at that as well. So that is a first look out of the box of the Dell SonicWALL TZ 300. Like I said, this is exactly the same as the wireless version. The wireless version just has some paddles on the back as external aerials.